All right. Gentlemen, ignore the sizzling of the bacon in the background. That's just kind of an aesthetic that I've intentionally put here to make you feel relaxed and at home here. That's what the paper stream is all about, putting viewers at ease, as you can see by this title card that we workshop. Shit, hold on. There we go. All right. Once the promo is posted, we will... Okay, let's go into standby mode. There we go. And then once that's done, successfully begin. This is so great. I'm so glad that me and my team of researchers have designed a very foolproof system to avoid me looking stupid on this paper. There's one thing I hate, it's looking stupid publicly on this. All right. Everybody, welcome to the Paper Reading live stream, day 962. I'm Brian, and you know, you didn't come here to hear me talk. You came here to sit silently as I silently eat paper in front of you. So that's what we're going to do. Now, pardon the sluggishness, because I still have insomnia, which is why, and I don't have any more room on the screen, and you'll understand why, because we're doing a good number of movie reviews. I have seen some movies recently, and I just kind of screenshotted their posters, and I've already determined a score, and I want to hear your opinions. Anybody who hears me talking about it and may form their own opinion, or think that even if they haven't seen the movie, if they think that I just sound stupid. We're looking for feedback of all types. Because the general consensus is that America's fallen off, and America was founded about talking and listening. That's what America's all about. So... I'm trying to uphold the classic American promise. There are 0 people here, so that kind of works out. So I think, and I'm going to keep chat here. In fact, I'm going to eat a little bit before people come in because I actually want to tactically talk about these movies and not just preach to an empty choir room with nobody in it. Hold on. There we go. Ooh, we got a viewer. Once there's like one viewer and I kind of know who they are, then we can begin. But the first movie I'll review is a recent one. Everybody has heard about this one before. Everyone's talking about it. In fact, people will not shut up about it. So, I was going to watch the Naked Gun remake, but we made a judgment call and we pushed this one first. Okay, I'll just start now. But this movie, it was all right. I just talked about it with my parents over there, so I feel like I'm just repeating myself. But this is necessary because I want to emphasize that this movie revealed its hand too early. I don't know how to say this without spoiling it, but people do know that it's about a whole classroom, with the exception of one, a whole classroom of children who at 2:17 in the morning run away simultaneously. And it's a mystery. And that's what makes the setup so enticing. It's that mystery. It'd be a shame if they were to spoil that mystery halfway through the movie and then you're stuck watching an uninteresting movie for 45 minutes. And it does not matter how well written the movie is. If the mystery is revealed, we are in fact watching a very clearly telegraphed genre movie. Does this look like anything but a horror movie, this poster right here? So audiences know what to expect. They are enticed. They want the mystery to remain a mystery for a good amount of time, at least till the end of the movie, right? Everything, by the way, I'll start by saying this. The directing's really interesting. Whenever something would happen, like, in a horror movie, you're just waiting for stuff to happen. And then when shit ends up happening, it's actually legitimately kind of enthralling. I was at this theater, and I used to work at this theater. This theater fell off so hard. Like, not only was there just this... One of my coworkers, who I will not name, he was going around loudly announcing to every customer, except for us because we ordered no popcorn, that we'd have to sign the receipt. And it was in the middle of a very important yet quiet scene at the end of the movie. They really fucked that one up. You're putting in so much effort for just kind of a casual head nod from you. Oh, okay. You renamed your thing again. Oh my god, it's me, but with AI on top of it. Wow. Anyone can do that. Okay. But nice to see you here, Brian Freak. Appreciate it. Let's get into the review. So, for these reasons, very well made throughout. The one big mistake is that in writing this, Zach Kreger, the writer of this film, fucked up. And he, if he was a poker player, he'd be me, because he revealed his hand too early. and remained uninteresting for the last 40 minutes or so. So we are giving this movie a 6.8 out of 10. Now, this is the only recent movie I've seen. People are saying I should watch Fantastic Four, but I honestly, something about this looked a little more interesting than that. I don't care if it has like an Incredibles 60s vibe, all right? I'm not sold, but I'll have to see it because it's culturally significant and I have my ranked list. The one from, what is it? The one from last year, I was planning on making into a video, but it just took way too much work. And the pay, like, I don't know. I'll make it at some point because I really do want to make it, but there's a lot of movies on that list because we were very busy, especially because I could just get free movie tickets. So I did exploit that resource a lot. Hey, Danny, it's nice to see you. Well, okay, true shout out here. You deserve this, all right? We haven't seen you in like what now? 3 months or something? It's been a while. Nice to see you again, Danny. I watched it yesterday, meaning Weapons. Okay, well, what did you think? Feel free to give your score. Again, include the 10th decimal place. We're looking for specificity here. I thought it was fine. Now, people always get pissed, but this is above average because 5 is the average, so it was fine. I just, that maybe people just coincidentally liked the first half of the movie for other reasons, but the mystery, like, waiting for something to happen. I know when things are going to happen because the movie, in dreadful fashion, explained all the rules and the specifics of how the things within the universe worked. And then it's like, okay, is the guy who's standing still gonna not stand still and jump at you and try and strangle you? And it's like, well, no, because the movie sets up for the voodoo lady to do specific things, and in order for the possessed guy to start strangling you. And so when you know what it needs to happen in order for the scary thing to happen, it's not scary anymore because you can anticipate it. It's being too nice to its viewers. You got to be mean to us, brutalize us. Which it was in the first half. Throughout, it was pretty well made, but I'm telling you, man, I watched the movie like this for the suspense. The suspense is gone, the mystery's gone. Yeah, I moved in things. My sister and I gave it a B+. The ceiling jump scare, which I think people remember, that is the only one that got me because, I don't know, I just wasn't expecting it. And for some reason, the noise from that scene was mixed like 3 times louder than every other scare. I think some old ladies complained at the theater and they turned the volume down, which is a damn shame because this would have been so much better if they had the volume at like a normal level, but it felt like it was just like an iPhone speaker, like 1/4 volume. And with a movie like this, you cannot, you go big or go home, as Jeff Bezos or whoever wrote that said. Weapons was good, Marianne. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, Ian just got here. It's a shame that you got here like right after I gave my review. Well, Ian, don't you think that the film, like, okay, there's the scene with the Shang-Chi mustache gay Asian guy principal, right, in his house, and then he gets visited by somebody. That's all I'm going to say. That does not count as a spoiler. After that scene happens, everything that shows you how it works, how the initial child thing happened, right? You know how that happened now. The mystery's gone. It's just some crazy mentally ill Gotham Asylum escapee who happens to know voodoo shit, right? That takes away the mystery. Not just that, the first half of the movie when, like, the parents are sitting still at the couch, like, what the hell is going on there, That's the question I'm asking. I'm asking, what's going on, and are they going to jump at the camera? Those 2 questions no longer exist when it explains every single intricacy of how the universe works, right? Throughout, it was very well made, but I am stating like the reason why I started watching it versus like kind of by the time it was over. Also, I got this feeling like, oh, it's gonna end well, it's gonna end happily. It didn't exactly end happily, but it was almost there. Basically, I was just like, yeah, okay, all right. There's gonna be some sort of triumphing over evil thing. I feel like it was just a little too obvious. It revealed its hand too early. So if it were to,
I'm gonna eat and then I'll come up and log in, okay?
so like I was asked by Brandon afterwards. He's like, okay, well you propose something different, and how am I even going to describe this without spoiling? Okay, well, I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's not a mystery film. Well, no, the film has a mystery in it. The mystery is, why are they doing this, And part of what makes the horror movie scary is you don't know. I mean, this particular horror movie, talking with my dad, and there are horror movies that don't rely on mystery, but this movie is about the mystery. Why did they do the thing at 2:17 a.m., right? But no, I get what you mean. I just think that the reasons why I was invested was I want to know, like, the questions that have me invested is why is it happening, and is something unpredictable going to happen? And they did that really well in the first half of the movie. And keep note, this movie is 2 hours and 7 minutes long. So halfway through, it's pretty much spelled out as obvious as possible in the equivalent of all caps Arial font letters, why they're doing it. There's no mystery beyond the ritual and the thing that she does. And once that's revealed, those two questions are absent. They're gone. I have no reason to care. And, like, you have, like, somewhat decently written characters. I like the teacher character. I liked the Thanos character. They were both good. But they weren't good enough to carry the movie once the mystery was gone. I'm just watching the most soft-core thriller of all time. It's just telling a story, and it grabbed me. But, yeah, there were people in my theater who were gasping when they saw the kid. You know they're going to be there. Oh, my God, what are those kids doing there? I didn't expect that. So, yeah. And again, like, if I stop caring halfway through, then, you know, there you go. In fact, 6.8 is generous. I kind of signed myself up to review a lot of movies. But, man, I just got out of this one. I kind of want to keep talking about it. But, yeah, no, like, I will say, Ian, I get your excitement. I think just because the bar has been lowered so much for horror movies, I don't want to, like, I want to hold it to the same standard that I would anything else. But with all that said, like, this is... Like, when I was watching the beginning of this, I was just like, dude, this is unusually good. I know that comedy troupe that you and a couple of non-associates, like Caden, like The Whitest Kids You Know, right? Zach Kreger was a member of that. The same guy that made I'm Gonna Grape You made this, which, that's a step up right there. Ritual ceremony. Yeah, there's a lot of... I think just the scariest movies are ritualistic, because I think, like, with this whole supernatural thing, with rituals that people do, like, assuming they're real within the movie, there's still mystery to it. Like, I mean, we don't know how that happens, but... I mean, the idea is, like, right, the weapons refers to the possessed bodies of people that she uses, right? And when it's just like, oh, they're not even, like, they're just inanimate objects at that point. I mean, it's kind of creepy. It's a little uncanny, but, I don't know, it just loses a lot of that uncanny valley shit. Because, yeah, I don't know. Because you know they're only going to activate when she snaps the thing. Oh, yeah, right. And my alternate version of just what... Like, instead of showing her doing the whole thing, like, imagine, through the perspective of the principal, you're in that house, you have no idea what's going on, but... You know, and the audience would remember this. In the distance, you hear a snap. You don't know what that snap was. It could be like, I don't know, an ankle bone or something. But you hear a snap, and then, you know, he goes, you know, and then he, you know, starts strangling the guy, right? But instead, they show the entire thing in 4K, and so we all know how it happens, right? It would make for a better reveal at the end, right? With the big fight scene in the middle of the house. If, say, the boy is watching something, the movie doesn't show what the boy is looking at. Say if he's throughout the movie watching this crazy lady who looks suspiciously like my aunt doing stuff, and he's gathering information. We don't know what information he's gathering, and the movie isn't very interested in having us be within the perspective fully of this, like, clairvoyant-ish child. He's not clairvoyant. He's just observing stuff and then doing it. He's being held hostage. But at the end, he makes the reveal. He actually, the first time we see the snap while hearing it is in that final scene where the audience goes, oh shit, that's what that thing was before, so that there's still mystery leading up to that point, and you can still have your epic little happy Marvel fight scene at the end, right? Isn't that the best of both worlds? Because if you reveal the entire ritual and how it happens halfway through the movie, it's just a worse decision in every way possible. Just show like half of it, you know, make it ambiguous. You don't know exactly what the snap is, that snapping sound is. Maybe you could show signs of, like, maybe a bandage on the old lady's finger, meaning she did something. Maybe she bit her own thumb because she was nervous or something. I don't know. It could be, you know, right? Leave it ambiguous, but it shows clues. So when maybe you see it actually happening, they'll put two and two together. Oh, that's why the bandage is on her finger. Oh, that's why we heard the snapping in the background, because they only need to show it once. You don't need to show it more than once in this movie. I like Barbarian. No, I haven't seen that movie. I haven't seen it. All I know, it's about a lady who goes to an Airbnb and it's double booked and some random guy is there. And that already sounds fun. Like these concepts that this Kreger guy is coming up with. Sorry about dropping the hard R, but no, this Kreger fella, he's got some. You should keep making movies because maybe he'll learn how to pace his movies a little better and like make the reveal at the end. I do not know Kathy DeVera. Keep shooting in the dark though. I like how it's just two completely different conversations. You know, you should try like. Because you keep doing, oh my god, I don't want to be mean to anybody in the stream because like you're trying something. I don't know what you're doing though. Like I mean, you know that this contributes nothing to the stream, and it like if I engage with this, it'll like actually make the stream worse. So you know, it's a valid argument. No, I'm glad we can agree on that, Ian, and I'm glad we can both agree that Brian Freak, which is by the way, guess who that is? You know who it fucking is. He needs to find another bit because, I mean, I was happy to play along with it the first 1,300 times, but for one, look at these circles, man. I'm an insomniac right now, so I got low tolerance for bullshit. And it's so over, Sean. It's so over. You got to find something else. Like, here's a funny bit. Here's a funny epic troll, a little fucking prank you can play on us, contributing to the conversation normally. That's one you should try. You'll totally get us. Dude, I'll be spun like a top if you do that. I will not see that coming. Okay. When I was at the house, I did see, I've not seen anything by Roman Polanski, but I saw Chinatown for the first time. That was interesting. I saw that right after Akira Kurosawa's High and Low. In both of those movies, I might as well just put, no, this is the last one, right? Both of these movies here are like very detail oriented, and I've always had a weird relationship with noir, Noir, because I like Agatha Christie. It's just I'm expecting for everything to be super dramatic, and everything is going to have a big neon arrow pointing to it. Here, what you see is what you get. There's lots of details, and you're kind of like the detective. You're gathering clues, you know? Although, I mean, in the case with these movies, there is no thing where Agatha Christie lays out the entire mystery, then you have to solve it yourself. It's like they're just giving you the puzzle pieces and then putting it together, and then you're just watching them. But it's still, like, engaging. You're still seeing how the detectives are going through their detecting process, right? And I like both of these movies. Both of these movies are bangers. Who the flip is Brian Freak? I do know who it is. Yeah, I know. Confusion, realization, disappointment. The 3 stages of Sean-related grief. But, I'll start with Chinatown, I guess, right? I think the first Jack Nicholson thing I saw was As Good as It Gets, and I'm like, this is not as good as it gets. It can get better than this. And then I saw, like, you know, Shining and Cuckoo's Nest, and those were really good. He has got something as an actor that's, you know, it's hard to find. And he's only in, like, supposedly, like, 4 good movies, according to the internet. I shouldn't trust those guys. But this was one of the missing ones that I hadn't seen yet. And this movie was good. And I will say this. Before watching this movie, I read about the big controversy in 1977 that Roman Polanski kind of thrust himself literally into. And it's something else. That guy was wild. I know the 13-year-old girl later, when she was grown up, wrote a book about the incident and said that she forgave him entirely. I'm not sure if that really matters, though. It's like, you know, and what's crazy is he fled the country. He pled guilty, and then he fled the country to avoid actually getting put in a minimum security prison with a couch in it, you know? If you're famous and you're making movies and you're internationally known, most, like, from what I learned, specifically from the Diddy situation, is that your prison will be nicer than most hotel rooms. So I don't know. He really didn't want to land himself in a nice hotel room, and for about like 2 years, given the expensive lawyers he could afford, and he just fled the country. So I will say, the entire time I was watching this movie, especially during his director cameo when he showed up and like sliced his nose, that's not even a spoiler. Everybody talks about that scene, but I was just only thinking about that. But it's good to remove the art from the artist. It's a good movie. There's a reveal at the end of this movie given a villain, and I was just thinking, man, Polanski loves writing movies about himself, but that's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to go, because, like, I feel like I should just put a spoiler warning, but most people haven't seen, like, all 4 of these movies. I'd be, like, pretty tight odds, so I'd just be talking to myself, but 2 Brians. No, okay. I mean, yeah, it's two Brians. It's me. It's really me on an alt account. I can type and talk. I'm actually a good multitasker. I mean, listen, Andy the Anteater, which is just Moses. You can just look at what Brian the Freak's typing and see if it's exactly like me, which it is. Of course, it's me. But yeah, no, I think this movie would be significantly worse if it weren't for the ending. The ending, a little bit of a showdown that takes place, and there's a lot of little teeny tiny things that is peppered throughout, and then there's like big peppercorn at the end, right? Little pieces of pepper, and at the end, it reveals the big fucking peppercorn that all the little peppers came from. That's an awesome analogy. I'm so happy I came up with that just now. But yeah, the ending's really good. The ending's really good. It's dramatic. It's loud. It just kept making me think about Roman Polanski as a person, which is a very unique cinematic experience. Not often do you read about the director getting into the hottest water possible and then looking at him direct before he even was caught doing it, like a character that's like the equivalent of that. It's so bizarre. He like wrote a character that's literally just that. Okay, this movie is one of the highest rated things on Letterboxd, like what, a 4.6. I have seen movies that I liked more. Oh shit, I forgot to reveal the score for this. Okay, my score for this is a 9.1 out of 10. This looks like such shit because that's only white text. I should have just made it a different color. It's like if I had to do, because I could do white with this, but I have to do like blue with this. It's too much work, man. Also, the text on my score for this is white as well, so it's gonna just blend in. I'm just gonna put it underneath, honestly. Actually, that's what I'll do here. Yeah, it is what it is. Anthony Oberhol, Weapons was good. Watched it last night. Anthony, I missed you the last week of camp. What the hell happened? I get it. Heat stroke, it is a bitch and a half. But no, Weapons was good. You could, of course, play back an earlier part of the stream, but I revealed my main gripe, which is that it explained the rules of the possession like 45 minutes before the end, and there was no suspense. I'm like, that showdown in the house where they're just standing there, I know they're going to continue standing there because I'm not hearing any snapping, and it's not clearly telegraphing that they're going to flip out because it's going to show the you-know-what character with the scraggly hair, the troll under the bridge character, doing the ritual. I don't know, just reveal your hand like 10 minutes before the end, maybe. But yes, high and low. This movie was another very detail-oriented film. I think it's another, actually, I could describe it with a very similar sentence to Chinatown as well, where it's like, it's detail-oriented, lots of build-up, patience is required, and the character, the whole setup with a wealthy businessman, I didn't even describe the plot of this, just watch it, it's good. Wealthy businessman who stands for classic, non-cheap bullshit. Like, also, given what we know about Apple, it made this movie much more funny. But there are business owners who want a shoe company to make shoes more cheaply so that they'll break faster and then people will buy more shoes quicker. And then the guy who basically may or may not become the CEO of this shoe company does not want for that to happen. He doesn't want to cheapen his product, but at the same time, he is somewhat money hungry. He hates poverty and he wants out. And so there's a deal that's contingent on him possessing his remaining net worth, which is about $30 million. And if he is able to use that $30 million to initiate this deal, then he can basically purchase what's it called? A certain percentage of stake in a company, which means he can own it and have leverage. I think that's how business works. I don't really know much about it. I wish I was a business major, but that is how this movie is set up. And then the child of his chauffeur is taken hostage by a random criminal, and they demand $30 million ransom. And I'm not going to say what happens from there on, but there are lots of twists and turns. My ass cheeks were on the edge of my seat like 15 times throughout this movie. And I wish I could throw myself for a loop when people say a movie is really good unequivocally and go, actually, I didn't like this thing or that thing. There was very little I hated about this movie. When it was black and white, I was like, okay, I saw some orange in the movie poster. I thought it would look more interesting than that. But there is, I'm not going to say what object it is, but there's color in this movie. I don't know the technicalities with putting color in movies, but if you have to put color in a movie, I think you have to change the entire film reel. So most of the movie's black and white. There's like maybe 3 seconds of color in the movie. So they really went through the extra effort of getting probably more expensive equipment just to have those 3 seconds of color in there. But there is a pink object that shows up in this black and white movie. There's no color before that moment or after those moments, and it works. And there's the ending of this movie is a conversation. The conversation lasts about 4.5 minutes, and the ending is so fucking awesome. And it's very detailed, lots of gathering of clues and trying to figure out what the heck is going on. And all of that is really fun, and it gets even better. It becomes even more worth it by the end. And I would go into my main gripe, but it's not even a gripe, and it would involve spoiling it, so I'm not even going to go into that. Very good movie. I gave it a 9.3 out of 10. It is the highest scoring movie that I will review today. Let's catch up on chat. All right, Ian has a very cool new bit, and I'm not even that big of a fan of the ritual ceremony sigil bit that Ian's doing right now, but it is infinitely better than anything Brian Freak is doing right now, probably. I'm not even reading the shit underneath here, but it is still probably better. So I fully promote your bit, Ian. Keep it up. Have you ever watched Friday? You should watch that one. Yeah, no, you do seem like the guy who's like Boys in the Hood and Garfield the movie. Those are your 2 movies that you watch. That does make sense. I have not seen Friday. I've been told it is acceptable. Okay, the final movie. Now I'm gonna have a hard time talking about this one, but it's the Coen Brothers. And if this looks unfamiliar, it's because this is an alternate movie poster. But this is Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Coen Brothers movie. It's because a Christian friend of mine who is very Marvel-brained, he's got a bit of a Marvel movie brain to him, said that this was his favorite movie he's ever seen. I'm like, holy shit, it's a Coen Brothers film, and I love their movies. Apparently, this was in their kind of early to mid-2000s era when they were just making very kind of corn-coated movies. Corny, synonymous for corn-coated. I like that phrase a little better. Yeah, this movie was okay. I think I'll say this: the first half was rough. It's like the opposite of this movie. This movie, the first half definitely did not have me at all because the dialogue was very particular. The dialogue and the whole vibe and the acting was so insanely quirky. This movie is quirked up to the max that I just couldn't get into it because it looked like everybody was overacting. It felt like I was witnessing a tape of a beginning acting class because I'm watching these really good actors overact. I'm like, you're not actually in the situation that the movie's pretending you're in. You're just being told to scream loud and open your eyes really big. But that's just the style of the movie. The movie is very cartoonish, and if you're gonna get into this movie thinking it's gonna be even compared to Raising Arizona or No Country or not No Country or Big Lebowski or the goofier movies they've made, this is unusually cartoonish. It's to the point where it kind of works against the movie and kind of pulls me out of it. I'm like, this is too corny for its own good. Okay. I'm sorry, I fucked up your bit. God damn it. You see, I'm the ultimate ruiner of bits this week. You see, I just don't I'm out of the loop and then I'm like, what is that? Okay, bit's over. If you want to know, people think that I'm totally fucking cool interacting in real. No, I'm really not. No, I'm the fucker who's like, what are you guys talking about? Is this significant? What is this? And then everyone's looking at me and they're going, yep, there you go. You ruined it. You killed the vibe, mister. That's me, man. That's me. And we've all been there too. We've all been there. Maybe some of us haven't. Maybe some of us just know everything. Oh shit, I need to eat paper. You probably like the Lego movie. Dude, I like the fucking... Well, yeah, the new Garfield movie was bad. I'm glad we can find some common ground, which I thought was impossible. But the Lego movie was good. What are you talking about? It is good. It's surprisingly adept. Which, yeah, inept means bad. Adept means good. What do you mean? You're going to shame me for liking a good movie? Yeah, I know the everything... Dude, the whole everything is awesome corny vibe of the movie is intentional. It's supposed to be everybody in that society is brainwashed. That's the whole fucking point. Anyways, this movie, it is the it has the amateur acting class vibe to it, but the things that happen in the movie are consistently interesting. Every 5 minutes, a new twist or a turn will happen. This is apparently based off Homer's The Odyssey, right? 3 prisoners, 3 chain gang members escape a prison, and then they run around with each other together to find some treasure that may or may not exist. And I believe, if I remember correctly, Homer's The Odyssey was a ship full of people keep running into different trials. It's like a collection of different little stories. And I remember it had no real ending to it. That were tied all the little things together. It was just a bunch of little vignettes that occurred in the same story, coincidentally. Which is what I was fearing. I thought it'd be some bullshit like that. But the ending of this movie is so insanely strong that it went from like a 6 to here's the reveal, an 8.2 out of 10. Yeah, there's a particular scene where a certain conflict happens and a particular character who's very memorable comes back in this scene. And when that happens, oh my god, it all made sense. I'm like, there's no way Homer's The Odyssey, it was written in like 200 BC. They didn't have the brain cells to connect things together like this. So it was really fucking awesome. I was like in middle school when I read The Odyssey, so I don't remember any of it. So like, that movie is the best. I like that movie. I was saying something positive. Oh, thank God. You're like the boy who cries wolf, though. Just know you have drained our trust bucket. But yes, I agree with you. That is very cool. I'm glad that you like the Lego Movie. This is great. So you watch movies. We can find something else other than the 10 imaginary people who you keep bringing up who I allegedly look like. That's great. I saw it for my 7th birthday with my 2 best friends. Oh, brother, where art thou? There we go. Yeah, no, the first half killed me because I was just like, why are they talking like that? Why are they acting like that? The real people don't talk like this. And the Coen brothers are not known for being like hyper realistic, but this was on a whole other level. Like, it's like they were directing for them to act badly. Like, not act badly as in like set trash cans on fire, but to be bad actors, like to act in a way that didn't seem like acting. It was still good though, especially because like the trick with this movie, is to not give up, because it's a very quickly paced movie. It constantly has these twists and turns, so it's not that difficult to stay hooked. But there are moments where I was just like, is the whole movie going to be like this? And yes, the whole movie was very quirky, and that vibe was so strong. Like, this movie had a stench of quirk to it. But by the end of it, I appreciated it. I got used to it. It all became worth it. But it ain't, on the same par as like these fellas over here. But it's still pretty good. Those are my 4 movies I'm going to review. I've done it. I forgot to do it on Instagram, and if I don't have some archive of me talking about it, I know I'll forget my score. So as long as that's there, I got that. Yeah, there we go. Those are my 4 movie reviews. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to just eat paper now and just be productive here. Do you mind rating Boys in the Hood if I want to? I saw it 8 years ago. 8 or so years ago. Hey, that rhymes. And I do remember it being okay. I like the scene where Ice Cube walks away at the end, and then they don't even bother. I just want to see him die. And they're just like, he died later that week. And yeah, so I'm going to give it a 7.3 out of 10. It was all right. I've been told, and I haven't seen Boys in the Hood, but people have said a better version of that movie. It's a movie that I saw recently, and it was really good. I gave it like a high 8, and it's called Menace to Society. And the word 2 is the number 2. If you like Boys in the Hood, you'll probably love this movie. So yeah, look up Menace to Society. It was from the 90s, like 93, 94. And it's made by 2 brothers. And it's very good. Let me look up what this... all right. Yeah, 1993... by these 2 gentlemen, the Hughes brothers, Alan Hughes and Albert Hughes. So yeah, there you go. The Hughes brothers. Not John Hughes, the guy that made Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Very different, much blacker Hughes. These are 2 black gentlemen, and this movie is very good. Better than Boys in the Hood. So watch that one. Where's Mr. Lizard? I know, I want to see more fucking explosion bits. I want the hashtag random potato comments. I want to see more of that. You guys aren't random enough. I heard that one's good, so you did hear of it. Watch it right now. It's very good. I can confirm. Brain Freak, if I reviewed 6 more movies, I mean, you wouldn't be able to see me eating the paper, because it just all be taking up real estate on this. A computer screen's only so big. Okay. I'm so tired. I'm glad I was able to commit to doing this. Let's keep eating, everybody. But I think, oh yeah, here, I'm gonna show this for a second because we're just gonna see how our rankings are placed, because I really want to make that 2024 movies ranked list. It's just so much fucking work. But I do have, I don't even care anymore. This is so far. Oh yeah, no, the image is not reversed. You can actually see and read it, so that's good. I'm glad it's not flipped or something. All right, from worst down here, right, spot number 20 to the very best. So that's my list. I could elaborate, but I hope to in the movie or the video I'm hopefully motivated to make later on, where I actually rank them. So that's my plan. I don't know, there's something really fun about ranking movies on my own accord. It's great. Mr. Gecko, we said your name 3 times in the mirror, and you were conjured. I'm playing a game with my little brother right now. Well, it's good, dude. Entertain the youth. That's very important. I'm only entertaining, young adult to middle-aged people. You gotta spread the love to the younger demographic. Ian 30, I'm here. You should have multitasked, but I understand you. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You could entertain your brother with this stream, therefore it'll be you entertaining your brother, and it's me who's helping you, right? 2 birds with 1 stone. Ushini Wham. Well, now I have to Google this. Now I'm just thinking about the clip of the Minecraft kid saying wham. Well, what I'm seeing is Ushini Whammy, which is a song. That is not the song. Get out of here. Dom and I, in our final session that we did together, we did the YouTube. It comes with a drum beat, so you'll know what it is when we play it. Or maybe it won't be obvious. We'll do a Guess That Song reel, I know this is not what you were talking about, Ian, but I just want to watch this anyways. Like, I want to see what style of music. This could be anything. This could be rap. It could be like the Pitbull. It could be anything. They got the choir going in. Yeah, I still have the color, yeah. This is still color keyed out, so it looks like shit. Alright. Alright, well, vote MK if there's one takeaway. And now I gotta pull chat up again, because this is what I use for chat. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's a short film. Okay. It's got to be really obscure because this random-ass video of some guy singing at, African Coachella got more hits than that. Oh, here we go. Oh, you're a Die Antwoord fan. I should have known. 6.9 out of 10. Not too bad. The shenanigans of an eccentric South African couple with wheelchairs and guns in their attempts to prove that they are not to be trifled with. Synopsis. It looks like we don't have any synopsis for this title yet. Be the first to contribute. I could write anything I want. They'll take it down within 2 minutes, but Well, Ian, you rate it out of 10. You give us an indicator, because this could be like a 2 out of 10, or it could be an 8, It looks like it could be either be really good or really shit. Who the hell's Brian Freak? Oh, try and guess. Try and guess who it is. You'll know within 3 seconds. Just scroll through his messages and you'll know who it fucking is. Not the recent ones, like the first ones. He's actually chilling out a little bit, but What if Ian is really Tordella dun dun dun? That'd be an insane coincidence, because I know the last name of this Ian who's in the stream right now, because I've known him in real life for a little bit now. What if Ian's actually Ness? Like what, Loch Ness Monster? He's got a long neck, as most teenagers do when they're growing up. But he's not the Loch Ness Monster. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, you're saying I'm Clippy now, but you didn't change your name. You're still Mr. Gecko, so I'm going to have to refer to you as that, because it's the big blue name that's right there. Okay, here. There are a few pieces left. Well, 3, including the one on my mouth. Again, the insomnia has gotten significantly worse. Longer streams are coming, I'm sure. I'm glad monkey type shit isn't here to be a naysayer, but I understand if I were a viewer. Yes, oh yeah, right, of course he is, but I will. Just give me a second, but it's the most, oh, it's a Harmony car. Okay, fair enough. No, that does sound like it. You know, I didn't see who directed it, who made this. Oh, yep, it's him. Okay. I need to start off, because I know Harmony Korine, that's his name? Harmony Korine, most of his stuff is on Criterion for free, right? I don't have to buy some random $50 eBay Blu-ray, but when I start getting into his stuff, I don't think Baby Invasion is the first thing I should watch by him. I want to actually watch, the supposed classics. Watching Glorious Bastards, 9.5 out of 10. I gave it a 9.2, but that's still pretty solid. I mean, again, like, I will put up with lots of bullshit and a lot of patience testing stuff if you just have the ending pull itself together. And I will say, Glorious Bastards has one of the better endings. Half his stuff's also on Internet Archive. That makes sense. That does make sense. I feel like, if you took Sam Hyde's aesthetic and just, like, Dementor style, sucked that out of his content and then just, inserted a little bit of Rafflecopter potato humor in there, right? 2007 coded stuff, you would get his movies. I haven't seen any, so you can say it's inaccurate and I will understand, but I think that's, when I see Baby Invasion and then look at what the actual movie is, that's what it seems like to me. Am I returning to Mesa? That's the plan. Because I did all 4 semesters of the jazz thing, I am out of that, but I'll do other stuff. In fact, funnily enough, I'm doing Black Studies right now as a joke because I think it'll be funny. I will raise my hand a good number of times and I'll say some shit in class. Sounds great. Dude, look at these fucking circles of my... Oh, my God. I intend to get sleep tonight. It was my last time hanging out with Dom. We were up at In-N-Out till 12. Yeah, I know. I intend to end the stream soon so that we will have time to shower. Well, I like how I say we, as if guys are gonna be in the shower with me. Hell yeah. Okay, that's actually true though. I remember that was a long time ago when you were first on the stream under a completely different username. That was what we agreed on. Beetlejuice, the sequel, would be a good solid 2 points better if she was deleted from the movie. Like, all the worst written, most boring parts of the movie happened to have her in it, which is weird. So yeah, fuck Jenna Ortega. Whenever I see her, that's a recession indicator. Oh, yeah, I don't know what this XP... Myra, to answer your question, yeah, the XP thing makes no sense to me. I don't understand why they're doing that. It's a dignity thing. I think it's to encourage viewers to put more chats in, which I think means more clicks. And I know there's a whole thing where if you click your mouse or you click a key, it indicates more internet activity, and at the end of like every annual or some business quarter, like a yearly quarter, they tally all that up for each website, and that means the website gets more money. So whenever they're prioritizing people to type more and click more, that's just them trying to incentivize more internet traffic. So they don't care about me or my chat. They don't care about you and what you're putting out there. They just want a higher quantity of actual like activity and engagement on their site. They'd prefer for you to be doing more than just idly sitting and enjoying something peacefully without any bullshit. But yeah, it's my theory. But Harmony was way before that knucklehead. What knucklehead, huh? Barack Obama? I don't know what you're talking about. All right, thank you for the explanation. Also, I agree, that sounds silly. Yeah, I know. Business owners, am I right? By the way, Ian, when he did his Nick Fuentes interview, they found some common ground about Israel. I don't think I've ever talked to you about Israel, but I think you'd eat that shit up. They were very anti-Trump in that podcast. So if you would have told me like 2 months ago that Nick Fuentes and Sam Hyde were both shit-talking Trump, at least for a portion of their podcast, I unfortunately have not viewed the entire thing. There you go. Not that you have to watch all 40 minutes of that. Oh, no, it's like an hour. I mean, I'm not even willing to watch all that, but Miller's Girl was the weirdest movie I've ever seen. Miller's Girl. I know Miller's Crossing. That was a boring ass Coen Brothers movie. The only enjoyment I got was, oh, that's Hereditary Dad. Yeah, it's like 1.8 out of 10. A talented young writer embarks on a creative odyssey when her teacher assigns a project that entangles them. Oh, it's the one about, yeah, the girl fucking and the teacher, right? Yeah, all right. Maybe not. I mean, it'd be better if she fucks her teacher because it'll make it at least somewhat interesting. If it's about nothing significant and it's just boring, then that's the biggest crime of all, the biggest cinematic crime. 5 out of 10 today because I got rope burn. I will say, like, injuries come and go, and I can kind of just, it's just damage to your body. It's just atoms being mutilated. But I will say there's something about rug burn and rope burn that really messes with your brain. Like, the actual damage being done to your body, it's not enormous. But, yeah, the feeling of just friction from, like, a rug or, like, twine or something rough scraping against your skin. Like, at that point, just chop my arm off. It's just, it's terrible to think about. You know when you think about an injury and it sucks and your bones start, like, aching? Yeah. Let's see. Only news I watch is Matan Evans show. I think the only Matan Evans clip I saw is the one where Sam Hyde brought 20 Indians in so that he could avoid every single significant question Matan had for him, because he knew that they were both in the trolling business, so they knew they were both going to really get down to important business, and he didn't want to get he didn't want to get outclassed by another businessman. I low-key just don't like watching Sam. There's a lot of people who, for one, I'm very jealous of his height. That makes me want to click off immediately, so I totally understand. I'm 5'8". That guy clears me by like 7.5 inches. Also, on top of that, I wish I had less hair. If people want to see my profile picture of me with half my hair missing, that's me doing that out of insecurity because I really wish I had male pattern baldness at least sooner. I'm going to have it soon. But I just want for the process to speed the fuck up already, There's a lot of things to be jealous of, at least on first impression. So I totally understand that, Ian. Reminder, don't eat paper unless trained professional. Thank you very much. I know it's a little tedious for some of our more beta viewers over here, but we gotta repeat the statement because legally it clears us. And if you want for me to not be detained, especially on stream, sometimes that shit happens, then, let's sit through all the legal disclaimers. It's very important. An important part of the economy of human dialogue. Legally disclaiming something so you can stay in business. I saw a clip of the Pinocchio remake, the Guillermo del Toro version. Haven't even seen the movie yet. I somehow predicted the Blue Fairy was going to be played by a black woman. How did I know that? I mean, as long as it's good, as long as the movie's fine, it doesn't matter too much. My problem is when they cast a black woman who's bad at acting. Makes me just as angry if a Chinese fella in a Hong Kong-driven movie is bad at acting. It's fine. Whether or not you're, a legal or illegal citizen, I don't care who casts you, it's fine. Get your green card stuff sorted out on your own time. As long as you do a good job in the movie, I don't care. There are illegal citizens who act bad. I remember I was in acting class, and there are some really bad actors, And I would totally want for their shit to get revoked. Effective immediately. But it's all right, It's maybe it's a good thing I'm not running the country. But, yeah, no, it's no big deal. It's like, I get they're trying to assimilate white people. Like, again, the way that we got rid of the black assimilation was by accepting it. A lot of the black community accepted that the assimilation of their own kind was happening. So what the whites have to do, like, it's a fact, right? There's no debating it. There is an assimilation of white culture right now, and it's not pretty, but if we stop bitching and complaining about it and just let the assimilation happen, it'll always even out. We have to stop reciprocating, giving it that much attention. What do I think of Aragorn's acting? Do you want me to speak honestly about that? And listen, I'm a person who's not a good actor myself, so it's like, if I were saying this and he were right where that plant pot is, if I was saying it to his face, he'd probably say, well, dude, you sucked ass too. I'm not saying I'm good, so I'm saying with confidence, and this is going to be the meanest shit of all time. Towards the end of the semester, by the way, he started improving. But when I was talking about this movie, this is the nicest way of putting it. Aragorn would fit right into this movie. And it's a great movie, but its biggest weakness is everybody was in fact overacting. Like, let's imagine a scenario, right? I dropped my ice cream on the floor, right? Imagine I drop it. Dude, with Aragorn, whenever he's pretending to hold ice cream and it drops on the floor, Ah, my ice cream, it dropped on the floor just now. That's what he does. Instead of, I'm more of a, if I'm acting, unless, I'm actually playing a schizo or like some really inauthentic person, like canonically, the character's inauthentic, like, normally you would react normally. Ice cream drops. What the hell, that's not Oscar worthy, but that's closer to it than what he does is he just goes, oh, what my ice cream, it's on the floor now. That's what he does. I mean, it has its place. It has its place. You just gotta pair him with a great director and writer. That's what they did with Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler is an actual sped gentleman, and they managed to make him good in a movie. Just get him with a great director, And again, Adam Sandler has some talent, but just the stuff that most actors would be required to do, Adam Sandler is not good at acting realistically, but if you write a character around him, you could make it work. Aragorn would play some characters perfectly. It's possible, Ian, you're going to clip this and send it to him, maybe. But that is my honest thing for you, Aragorn. I feel like whenever anything happens in a scene that I've seen you in, instead of just going, like even if you're having a conversation where it's like, Mr. Evan, I'm Sam. Look, I'm gonna have a scenario where like someone is Sam Hyde and he's Matan Evan, but he's like, "Hey Sam, what are these Indians doing? What is But instead he'll be, "What, an Indian? What's he doing? There's 20 Indians here. That's crazy, Sam. Why are there 20 Indians in this room right now?" So there you go. Ian's about to explode. Oh shit, it's contagious. It's like the cheese touch. I'm going to tell him I found your answer very funny. You've directed him before in your films. You know that he does that. And I don't know if he's trying to, So. Oh, I'm not going to tell him I found your answer. Okay. Thank you, Ian. I appreciate it. I mean, you can tell him. I don't mind. But maybe he won't. I will say, he takes himself very seriously with the acting and all that. By the way, to this day, he likes, like, every story I post. I think, for one, I've seen him browsing his phone, and he just, like, instinctively, he doesn't even look at it. It's just a blur to him, but he just likes stuff. It's pretty crazy. I don't know how you can browse the internet like that. It really deflates the value of your likes. I was getting concerned when I was texting with people. I would just put the heart on every text. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? And then when I actually love something, how will they know? I love this. Am I supposed to type that in response? Terrible. So I would say cut it with the hearts. I know it's easy to press a button, but have some control, man. Excuse me. I've seen him do that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so whenever he likes my story, I'm like, oh, I got a notification. Did someone like my story? And like, it's fucking Aragorn. Of course he's liking it. So he's interesting. I think also, oh dude, like the way he does, we were all supposed to give a monologue about our relationship to acting, and I just did some bullshit with my suitcase where it was like a Nerf gun and it fell on the floor, and my whole bit was I was supposed to like pretend to not know what was in my suitcase, like, oh shit, how did that get there? So there's like symbols. I think there's like a half-eaten package of Ritz crackers that fell on the floor, which was real, by the way. I think I actually genuinely left that in there. But I was like, when we act, we bring ourselves. And much like a cluttered suitcase haphazardly packed before leaving from Siberia back to America when you're packing on the way back to your homeland. Yes, it is a clusterfuck. It is by no means organized, and that's what acting is. Our imperfections create our perfections. Blah, blah, blah. And then he came up, and he's like, acting is my life. I have done acting as long as I can remember. When I was young, I saw the movie Robots, and I saw Rodney Copperbottom frowning, and I'm like, I want that to be me. And I was like, oh no, your whole thing is acting, and you're acting like this? You gotta be kidding me. It's like, my dream is to be an Oscar-acclaimed actor. I've been doing this for years, and I want to be good at it. And then the scene starts, hey, how did you get here? Get over here. Oh, I'm really pissed right now. Grr. He acts like that. I am not a good actor by any means, but some of the stuff he does, I know he's talented. I know he is, and he's got excellent wardrobe choices on occasion, but surely it's a bit. Surely he can do better than that. Everybody in my circle has the same experience. Yeah, it does. It's actual just bot behavior. So yeah. Did you all hear about the YouTube ID thingamajig? No, what happened there? Mr. Gecko, I am too lazy to Google this, so type in what that is. The remakes suck balls because they're bad. Disney, I don't care. Listen, like, people are associating, like, it just so happens that all the race swapping happens to coincide with corporate laziness. That doesn't mean race swapping's bad. It's fine. It's just like, if it sucks, it sucks. And everybody's making it a whole political thing. Like, I don't know. Don't shoehorn an actor. Like, that whole thing that Star Wars did where it, like, got that Asian whore in that one movie to overthrow the capitalist aliens in, what is that? Return of the Jedi or whatever. No, that was the original. The new one. The Rian Johnson one. Right? She, like, won a lottery. She, like, bought 500 Hershey's chocolate bars and got the silver ticket. And then Disney got her in a fucking movie and she didn't do anything. And she's just like, you know... go, Poe! Let's overthrow the capitalist aliens together. Ching chong. And then she didn't do any... Like, for the rest of the movie, she was just kind of in the background. She's in, like, the cinematic timeout corner. Oh, YouTube's using AI to figure out your age, and they determine if you're under 18, you have to show an ID. Ha! Some of my new videos, for some reason... it might be video ID. It keeps thinking I'm a minor. Still, I am 22 years old. I hope YouTube IDs my voice and turns it into a transcript. I am 22 years old, you motherfuckers. Stop disabling comments on my shit. It's really annoying. They're not doing it with every upload, but you'd be amazed. Just go back, especially at, like, my good content stuff, and then some of the recent paper stuff. Like, there's a good number of them where there's just no comments. These bastards. So... I don't know. If they send me a message, then, I mean, I have my ID on me, so, you know. Fuck you, Jeff Bezos, or whoever's in charge at YouTube nowadays. And not just that. These companies are, like, they're taking important data. You know what's on your ID? Your fucking home address, which was not required prior for you to put in. So this is, like, additional information that they can just swipe from you. And, of course, if they announce, oh, yeah, we're gonna, like, require your fucking home address now for you to watch a YouTube video, like, you know that would sound ridiculous, so they have to have some other cover. Oh, it's for the children. Yeah, it's totally for the fucking children. Yeah, right. How about you suck my big, hairless balls? It's a genetic defect, guys. They hold on to your ID for, like, 2 years. I'll hold on to your balls, Jeff Bezos. Fucking tech companies. It's pissing me off. Sorry, I think just they should just be honest. Just say, hey, we just want to know where you live, buddy. Or either that or you won't have a YouTube account. People are reliant on their social media accounts. Of course they're gonna fucking just give you their home address and their SSN. You know, just don't be a little bitch about it. Just ask straight up for it, you know? So annoying. It's like that friend that wants to sleep over on my couch and is like, So cool if I eat a pineapple at your house? I saw you had a pineapple in your fruit bowl. Just ask me to sleep over, you fuck. Anyways, we have more than enough voice material to turn Brian into one of those AI voices. If you go ahead and do that, I will not sue you. Please, I actually want to ask myself some questions. And I know GPT AI bots, they cost like $3 to use now. They're just so accessible. The value has gone down exponentially in the last month or so. So... I feel like any one of you could easily do that. I mean, I'm seeing AI-generated images of myself as people's profile pictures. I'm looking at one particular person. So if you can do that, then I'm sure someone out there, if they dwell in their basement long enough, they can do that. Clippy just wanted to help. He never stole your data. That's why this Clippy bit has now turned into my favorite bit so far. I was ambivalent about it before, but now I like it. Mr. Gecko, thank you. You're contributing a lot of not just positive messages, things that legally clear me, but, you know, bits that are multi-layered, you know? Funny in a provocative way that sends a political message. That's what we need more of, you know? Why can't that be in cinema? All right, I value internet privacy. It's time for a YouTube alternative. Let's see. Rotoscopehole.xxx. Go to that site. That'll be good. Everyone should be Clippy. On that note, I have eaten all my paper. We will end that here because I'm so tired and I gotta genuinely get ready for bed. And if I wake up 2 hours after falling asleep, at least I'll have more time. You know, if I fall asleep earlier, I just have more time. So thank you all for watching. I will see you tomorrow. That'll be day 963. I also have to pee. And make sure to live, laugh, cry, and also not die. And until next time, this is goodbye. Gentlemen, 3, 2,